From where I shine across the endless sky, I watch a world called ShareSphere, a place where every act of kindness becomes light, and every light carries a story. I am Sirius, the storyteller star. Tonight, I want to tell you the story of Ahu. In the quiet heart of the dry steppe, where the light fell gently across the stitched horizon of earth, a young gazelle named Ahu walked alone. Her steps were soft, barely whispering against the ground, yet her thoughts were full, heavy with questions she had never learned to voice. Ahu had always followed the comfort of her herd. Where they moved, she moved. Where they rested, she rested. And in that togetherness, she felt safe, held by the rhythm of many hearts. But that morning, as the sun rose like a warm, trembling breath across the vast land, she realized she had wandered too far. The shapes of the herd were no longer behind her. The familiar warmth of bodies and breath had faded into distance. The world around her had grown wide. And wide things can feel frightening when you meet them alone. Ahu stopped walking. Her ears shifted gently. She listened, but all she found was silence. A silence so deep, it felt like a new kind of space she had never known. She felt fear curl quietly into her chest. Where is everyone? She wondered, though she made no sound. Even the wind, usually restless and full of whispers, had become still. For the very first time, Ahu heard a silence large enough to touch her. She tried to run, but her legs trembled. She tried to call out, but the sound dissolved in her throat. The earth beneath her felt still, as if it, too, had paused its breath. So she held hers, waiting, listening. Moments passed, or perhaps they were hours, for time takes the shape of the heart that feels it. And Ahu's heart was unsure. She stood at the center of a silence that was both frightening and strangely gentle. Then, very softly, something shifted. A tiny vibration traveled through the ground. It moved like a faint drumbeat, hidden deep inside the world's bones. Ahu lowered her head toward the earth and listened. It was not the herd, not the wind, not danger. It was her own heart, steady, warm, impossibly clear. A sound she had never truly heard, not beneath the rustle of movement, not beneath the comfort of many footsteps. The silence hadn't swallowed her. It had revealed her. Ahu breathed in, deeply. The air was dry but full of truth. She exhaled, slowly. The world loosened around her, as if accepting her breath as its own. She took a step, gentle, deliberate. The beat within her chest responded, creating a soft rhythm that echoed through her small felt body and into the wide open land. For the first time, she felt herself as part of the great breath of the steppe. Ahu walked forward, slowly, dreamlike. Her hooves pressed into the stitched soil. Warm sunlight found her back, laying its golden weight across her fur. Without the herd beside her, she could finally hear everything her heart had been trying to say for seasons. That courage is not always loud. That safety does not always live outside. That sometimes the world grows silent so you can hear the voice within. As she listened, the wind returned, not sharply, but with a soft, reassuring hand. It brushed her ears, moved her fur in gentle waves, and carried the scent of distant grass. The silence had not ended. It had simply changed shape. Ahu lifted her head, her ears tilted slightly toward the breeze. She felt a direction, a suggestion, not a command, rising from the quiet space between earth and sky, and then she moved, not from fear and not from habit, but from a deep, internal knowing she had discovered in stillness. Her steps were calm now, balanced, present. Each one felt like a conversation between her heart and the land beneath her. The sun rose higher, spreading soft warmth across the plains, and as she walked, the world around her softened, as if welcoming the Ahu who had learned to trust herself. Then, far in the shimmering distance, a shape appeared, soft, familiar, full of comfort. The herd. They rested beside a patch of low shrubs, their bodies glowing gently in the midday light. They had not been as far as she feared, but she no longer needed their closeness to steady her breath. Ahu approached, slowly, peacefully. The herd lifted their heads, one by one, acknowledging her return with eyes full of quiet warmth. When she stepped among them again, her heartbeat settled into the soft rhythm of many hearts around her. But this time, she carried a new truth inside, a truth not given, but discovered. The earth fell silent once more, not in fear, but in blessing. And in that sacred stillness, Ahu understood. When the world becomes silent, the soul becomes clear.
The story of Ahu is inspired by the real Persian gazelle, a gentle wanderer of sunlit plains. Like Ahu, these gazelles move with quiet grace, listening to the rhythm of the land as they seek safety, food, and the soft breath of open spaces. Their presence reminds us that calm is a kind of strength, and that even small hearts can hold great wisdom.